This is Your Life, and tonight I hope to pay tribute to a living legend, one of the greatest romantic real-life heroes of our time or any time. Big words, I know, but you'll soon understand why.
Iain Ferguson, this is your life.
Hi, I can't believe that Ian's leaving the co-op. It's like the ravens are leaving the tower. It's really hard to remember when I first met Iain. It seems like he's always been there, always been around, always been super helpful. Whenever you needed some sensible, pragmatic advice, Iain will always give it to you and then come back with another question or another level of thought that you hadn't even considered, and then creates you more work. But, you know, it balances out in the end. Iain, you'll be massively missed with your link from Co-op, but I really, really hope that we get to work with you loads in the future. So thanks for everything, all your help, support, encouragement, and intelligence over the years. It's made a huge difference, and you've made a huge difference, not only to me in the way I work, but I would say the impact on the whole sector is beyond compare. Thanks.
Iain, it's been a great pleasure to work with you all these years. You've been a great champion of the industry I represent here in the UK. And I know that although you're retiring, that doesn't mean that you're going to leave us all together. I hope not. I've enjoyed your humour, but above all, your intellectual honesty. Thanks so much. Been a pleasure.
こんにちは、イアンさん。ご退職おめでとうございます。私が1994年にマンチェスターにいた時、あなたはよくジョークを言っていましたね。私はそれを理解することができませんでしたが、あなたは私のために別の言葉で説明することを決して諦めませんでした。そのことを本当に感謝しています。これからもよろしくお願いいたします。それでは、さようなら。
Hi Iain, I just wanted to take the chance with your retirement to say congratulations for getting there, and also a massive thank you for all the work you have done over the years to transform the industry, not just on packaging but also on sourcing issues as well. You've done so much work which has made a massive impact, not just for the co-op but also for the industry as a whole, and there's a whole host of things that you can be incredibly proud of, which I'm sure lots of other people will talk about as well. But I also wanted to say a really personal thank you for all the time you took with me when I was starting in my early career at the co-op, and beyond. I'll never forget the road trips we've had together, convincing people to come together to work on recyclability and waste. You will be so missed, but I can't imagine that your retirement will be a quiet one. So I'm sure we'll see you on the other side, but do make sure to take a break as well. All the best.
Hi Iain, it's Helen Bird from Wrap. I just want to send you a personal message to say thank you so much for everything over the last few years. I've really enjoyed working with you on consistency and the UK Plastics Pact, both professionally and personally. I've learned a lot from you, the way that you fight the fight to do what's right, and the way that you go about it in the most pragmatic way. I really hope this isn't goodbye. I'm sure it's not, but the very best wishes to you in the meantime. Thank you.
Hi Ian, I hope you're well. Sorry I can't be with you there tonight for what is a really important celebration for someone who has done an amazing job for the co-op, but actually I think more importantly to you and to us has done an amazing job in terms of delivering a sustainability agenda which will benefit the whole of the UK and actually globally. The work that you've led on packaging over the last, I say 3 or 4 years, but it's probably decades, is absolutely fantastic. There's very few people in the world who will leave a legacy in the industry that they've occupied quite like yours. You should be incredibly proud of what you've done, and we at the co-op are incredibly grateful. Lots of stories. Perhaps my favourite, I was at a conference somewhere and I loosely described what I did, and someone said, "Oh, so you work for Iain Ferguson, do you?" Which made me smile, because a lot of the time it feels like I do. But I've really enjoyed working with you. I'm incredibly proud of what you've achieved, and I hope you do understand just what a difference you've made, and I wish you all the very best in your retirement. I know you're going to go on and do amazing things outside of the co-op, and we'll always be a big supporter of you. So a huge thank you, and have a great evening. Take care.
Hi Iain, just to say a big heartfelt thank you from me, the team and the board here at Recoup. As industry and expectations have changed, your ability to lead thinking, change perceptions and be a beacon for common sense is unsurpassed. It's clear you've made a real difference in the environment and recycling space over many years. It's not just the expertise but also the passion and approach that means you're well respected and seen as a friend by many, including us. It's been a real pleasure working with you, and all the best for the future.
Hello, my name is Paul Vanston and I'm the Chief Executive of the Industry Council for Packaging and the Environment, Inkpen. But that's not what I was when the great man, the very cooperative Mr. Iain Ferguson, first made persistent contact with me some 10 years ago. I was working then for the 13 Kent councils in a great setup called the Kent Resource Partnership, when Iain took it on himself to introduce me to the world of British Standard 13432, which is all about products that meet the specification for compostability, and not just products, but also bags. And I say persistent contact, Iain, with great affection, because one of your endearing qualities is this: once you're on a mission, you don't let up. I heard a catchphrase once: "It's what we do." You may have heard of it. Well, on this occasion, I'm going to change it to: Iain, it's what you do. And after knowing you for these 10 years, including our work on the Courtauld 2025 steering group, soon to be Courtauld 2030, let me just say this, if I may. You, Iain, are a pleasure to work with. I've appreciated your integrity, your honesty, your candor, your can-do approach, your leadership, your sincerity, and very often, and most appreciated, your humour. What you have done and what you do, Iain, for packaging on a national stage has made a very big difference. Thank you for these 10 years that I've known you. With heartfelt gratitude, Iain, I wish you the very, very best.
Hi Iain, it's your old mate Robbie here from EcoSurety to wish you a happy retirement. What can I share about you? I remember when we sort of first met, I think over a dinner at one of the industry events, RWM conference, and you took me through lots of culinary tips at the time, I remember, and were quite the influencer in me starting to get into kind of cooking several years ago. And you know, that sort of outlines, you know, one of your characteristics I admire most, that you're a sort of thoroughly modern man and ahead of your time, so to speak, certainly in your outlook on life. I've really enjoyed your quips over the years, many of which have sailed over my head and I've only got retrospectively. You haven't had to explain too many, I hope. But certainly your brain works somewhat quicker than mine most of the time. In terms of the co-op, I mean, you just embody the sort of values, and even I can see that. I'm not at co-op, I've never have been, but I can just see with the passion from which you speak how much of a sort of ambassador you've always been for the co-op values, and that, you know, is something that's so admirable. And I've certainly seen you as a role model in industry over the course of our friendship and working together. I really do admire the way that you bring people with you. You're not afraid to speak your mind. You're not afraid to take tough decisions and ruffle a few feathers. And it's not easy to do that and still bring people along with you. So that's something I definitely admire. You know, being such a great advocate for a different type of retail and a different type of sort of existence in the commercial sphere. So I'm really impressed with that. And I'm going to hold you to your promise to stay awake at any future conferences we may well see each other at. And by reciprocation, I promise to do the same. We've shared a stage many different times to discuss many different issues, whether it be plastics or packaging or both. And it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you over the years. And I wish you all the very best with a very happy retirement, and you can really be proud of the work you've done over your career. All the best, Iain.